to the Lantern Stories. Light your lantern, and let's discover today's magical story.
The peaceful cherry blossom fantasy village slowly woke beneath a bright spring sunrise. Warm golden light slipped through the pink blossom trees, while colorful birds happily sang their morning songs. Tiny petals floated gently through the fresh morning breeze. Inside Rabbit's cozy wooden house, the magical treasure map, resting on the bedside table, suddenly began glowing with a soft, golden light. Rabbit slowly opened his eyes. The map. He quickly jumped out of bed. At the same moment, Sparrow landed outside his window. Tap, tap, tap. Wake up, Rabbit, Sparrow chirped excitedly. The map is glowing again. Rabbit smiled. I think it's calling us back to the Blossom Cave. Soon, Rabbit stepped outside. Across the peaceful village, each friend was beginning a new day. Goat happily watered colorful flowers outside his wooden house. Mouse was arranging fresh bread, berries, honey, and fruit for breakfast. Bear stretched with a big yawn before carrying a basket of apples from his little garden. Tortoise slowly swept the front of his cozy home while humming a cheerful tune. A few minutes later, everyone gathered beneath the giant cherry blossom tree in the center of the village. They enjoyed breakfast together while Sparrow flew playful circles above them. Suddenly, the magical map floated gently into the air. Golden sparkles danced around it. A new glowing path slowly appeared across the old parchment. Mouse carefully adjusted his tiny round glasses. The path goes beyond yesterday's waterfall. Rabbit nodded. So today, we finally discover what's inside the Blossom Cave. Everyone smiled with excitement. After packing their lantern, picnic basket, rope, and first aid bag, the 6 friends left Cherry Blossom Fantasy Village once again. The familiar singing river welcomed them with its beautiful melody. Butterflies danced among the flowers, while cherry blossom petals drifted across the sparkling water. As they reached yesterday's waterfall, everyone stopped. The ancient Blossom Cave door was no longer slightly open. It was completely closed again. Goat looked surprised. But we opened it yesterday. Bear scratched his head. How did it close by itself? Before anyone could answer, the magical blossom symbol carved into the center of the stone door suddenly began glowing bright pink. Soft, magical music echoed through the valley. Then, one tiny glowing cherry blossom petal slowly floated out from the stone door. Instead of flying away, it gently circled Rabbit once, then Sparrow, then the entire group, before drifting toward a narrow hidden pathway beside the waterfall that nobody had noticed before. Mouse whispered softly, I don't think the cave wants us to open the door. I think it's asking us to turn the right. The 6 friends looked at each other with determined smiles. Together, they stepped onto the hidden blossom path. As soon as he touched it, the petal floated ahead once again, leading the 6 friends along the hidden pathway beside the waterfall. The path became narrower and more beautiful with every step. Sparrow happily flew ahead. I think we're getting close. Suddenly, the glowing petal stopped in front of a huge ancient cherry blossom tree whose roots covered a stone wall. There isn't any cave here, Bear said, looking confused. Mouse stepped forward and carefully studied the magical map. Wait, the map says the entrance only appears after a kind heart proves itself. Before anyone could think, a tiny fox cub's frightened cry echoed through the forest. Help! The friends rushed toward the sound. A little fox cub had slipped into a narrow, rocky hole and couldn't climb out. Rabbit immediately lay on the ground. Don't worry, we're here. Goat held Rabbit's legs while Bear carefully pulled away heavy rocks. Mouse tied a rope around a strong tree root. Tortoise calmly guided everyone. Sparrow flew inside the hole, comforting the frightened cub until Rabbit gently lifted it to safety. The little fox smiled with happy tears. Thank you for saving me. At that very moment, the entire forest began glowing. Cherry blossom petals swirled through the air like pink snow. The giant ancient tree slowly moved aside with a deep, magical rumble. Hidden behind it, the real entrance to the Blossom Cave finally appeared. We found it, Sparrow whispered. Rabbit slowly walked toward the entrance. As soon as the magical map touched the stone gate, it opened silently. Inside, the cave was breathtaking. Glowing crystal flowers bloomed from the cave walls. A gentle spring flowed through the center. Thousands of tiny, glowing butterflies floated peacefully around, sparkling blossom crystals. In the middle of the cave stood a beautiful pink crystal growing from a natural stone pedestal. A warm, magical voice echoed gently through the cave. Kindness is the true key to every hidden treasure. The glowing crystal released hundreds of tiny blossom-shaped lights. Each friend received one glowing blossom petal that softly landed in their hands. Mouse smiled. So, This wasn't treasure. Rabbit smiled warmly. No, the treasure was becoming kinder together. As the sun slowly began to set, the 6 friends walked back toward Cherry Blossom Fantasy Village. Each glowing blossom petal quietly floated into the magical map. A brand new golden path slowly appeared across the parchment. Goat looked surprised. The adventure isn't over yet. Rabbit laughed happily. I think this map has many more secrets waiting for us. Far above the village, a mysterious rainbow appeared. For just a few seconds, before fading into the evening sky, the magical map glowed softly one last time. A new symbol appeared, a shining rainbow bridge. The 6 friends smiled with excitement. Their next adventure had already begun. The end.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Lantern Stories, and we'll see you in the next magical adventure. Bye-bye.